Charles Bronson's Death Wish, 1974, directed by Michael Winner, is a film that blends gritty seriousness with moments that, in hindsight, can feel unintentionally funny or over the top. The making of the film itself also offers a mix of amusing anecdotes and weighty reflections, thanks to Bronson's tough guy persona and the production's chaotic energy. Here's a look at some funny and serious moments from both the film and its creation, based on what's known about Bronson, Winner, and the process. Funny moments in the making and film. Bronson's blunt enthusiasm. When Michael Winner pitched Death Wish to Bronson, describing it as a story about a man who turns vigilante after his wife and daughter are attacked, Bronson famously replied, "I'd like to do that." Winner, thinking he meant the film, asked, "The film?" Bronson clarified, "No, shoot muggers." This deadpan exchange captures Bronson's no-nonsense attitude and hints at why he was perfect for Paul Kersey. His humor was as dry as his trigger finger. Location disputes with a side of family time. Bronson and Winner clashed over where to shoot the film. Bronson pushed for California so he could stay close to his family in Bel Air, but Winner and producer Dino De Laurentiis insisted on New York City for authenticity. Bronson eventually relented, but the idea of this tough action star negotiating for a shorter commute adds a domestic twist to his hardman image that's almost comical. The subway scene's brutal punchline. In the film, one of Kersey's early vigilante kills happens on a subway. The script originally had the killing off-screen, but Winner decided to show it in full, brutal detail, complete with Bronson gunning down muggers with a cold efficiency. What's funny in a dark way is how the muggers barely register as threats. They're almost cartoonishly inept, making Bronson's stoic execution feel like a punchline to their incompetence. Hope Lange casting quirk. When discussing who should play Kersey's wife, Bronson reportedly told Winner he didn't want her humiliated and messed around by actors playing muggers. He suggested someone who looks like Hope Lange. Winner's response? "Well, Charlie, the person who looks most like Hope Lange is Hope Lange." It's a simple, almost sitcom-like exchange that landed Lange the role, and a grim fate in the film. Serious moments in the making and film. The weight of the opening. The film's inciting incident, Kersey's wife murdered and daughter assaulted during a home invasion, is unrelentingly dark. Filming it was no picnic either. Winner aimed for raw realism, and Bronson, a World War II veteran who'd seen real violence, brought a quiet intensity to Kersey's transformation. Behind the scenes, Bronson reportedly kept to himself, channeling his own disappointments. He once said he was a disappointment to himself into the role, giving it a somber depth. Bronson's defense of the message. Critics slammed Death Wish for glorifying vigilantism, but Bronson defended it, arguing it was a commentary against violence, not a celebration. He felt it attacked the romanticization of revenge, though audiences often saw it differently. This disconnect between intent and reception weighed on the production's legacy, with Bronson caught in the crossfire of a cultural debate. Garfield's disapproval. Brian Garfield, author of the original novel, hated the film's take. His book was an anti-vigilante critique, but Winner and Bronson leaned into the action, turning Kersey into a hero for some. Garfield called it incendiary and wrote death sentence as a rebuttal. This tension between source and screen added a serious undercurrent to the film's making. As Bronson's star power pushed it into territory Garfield never intended. Real-life context. Shot in early 1974 amid soaring NYC crime rates, Death Wish tapped into a raw societal nerve. Bronson, then 52, wasn't just playing a character. He was embodying a public fantasy of control in chaos. The seriousness of that context fueled the film's success, $22 million at the box office, but also its controversy, with critics like Vincent Canby of the New York Times decrying its "kill, try it, you'll like it" vibe. The blend of both. The film's tone itself walks a tightrope between funny and serious. Take Kersey's Western-inspired lines, like telling a mugger to "fill your hand," echoing John Wayne, which feel absurdly theatrical in a gritty urban setting, yet land with Bronson's stone-cold delivery. Or consider the behind-the-scenes vibe. Winner's flamboyant directing clashing with Bronson's stoic minimalism reportedly led to a dynamic where Bronson would just nod and shoot, leaving Winner to amp up the excess. It's a mix of deadpan humor and deadly intent that defines Death Wish. In the end, the making of Death Wish mirrors the film itself. Moments of levity, Bronson's quips, production squabbles, undercut by a heavy core, violence, loss, moral ambiguity. Bronson's own personality, tough yet introspective, tied it all together, creating a movie that's as much a time capsule of 70s unease as it is a quirky action classic. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us about your favorite Charles Bronson movie below in the comment section. And please hit the bell notification to stay up to date.